Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Tactical Leader. And today we are back to Tactical Friday, where we have Andrew Myers back this Friday after having a great conversation with him this past Monday. And we're going to unpack his course, Little Video, Big Results. Andrew, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thanks, Zach.
And I'm super excited about this because I think this is such an impactful program that you have where video is really the king of battle, queen of battle. We'll say both this time since we share a little bit of fun in the military world, but really video just rules everything. And this course that you have highlights how you can get really literally just what it's called, big results out of small videos, little videos. So go ahead and unpack. What's it look like? What's this program look like? What's the end result? What can we expect as we go through and figure out how to do video just better overall?
Well, one of the first things we focus on is showing that the juice is worth the squeeze. That there's slots in your business right now that need a video, and then when business owners or prospective business owners start there, it changes their justification for why they should do videos in the first place. So, a big part of it is just getting them to understand that this isn't more complicated. People hear video and they're thinking they might need video production skills, editing skills, things like that, and you really don't. What we're talking about is there's so many kinds of video that we disservice ourselves when we lump them all together. So, there's the video where you're just pointing a phone at yourself. You're basically just FaceTiming a customer that's in the future. So that's the first thing. Another thing that people really need to understand is when you're not using video on a website or an email or something like that, process-wise, and you're using it as an ad, you actually have the ability to remarket people who watched a given percentage of a video. So that's super important because this allows you to build a business development funnel. You can play your best engaging ad to everybody, 100,000 people, and cut it down to a much smaller audience, and then know exactly what to say to them at that different level, and then cut only the engaged people out of that audience. So video is the tool that allows you to do that. For one, it's really important people understand that because there's parts of our course where the thing you're making would be fine as an image, and we're showing you how to basically make it a video. And that's why is a video allows you to meter someone's interest and build business development funnels and not just be out there making videos. So that's the second thing. So when people talk about videos, you really need to separate. Are we talking about boomerangs, screen recorded videos? Are we talking about doing TikTok style videos that, there's a certain dance and then you do that dance with pizzas because you're a pizza shop and then you're playing off that gimmick? Because those are all videos too. Are we talking about like testimonials of other customers? Those are videos. We're talking about events. But for most people, they could start by literally just pointing the cell phone back at themselves and change the way their business operates and finds new customers fundamentally within a couple of days. So the course really focuses first on just the mechanics. If you can't see the screen, that I'm trying to describe this visually, but most of it is centered around a technique that we have for holding the phone, where you have your fingers on the sides of the phone, your pinky and your your main digit next to your thumb there, and they're holding the phone in a secure way, and then you've got your middle fingers on the back of the phone so that the phone is securely held. And we focus on how to hold that at a right angle and then literally hold it all the way out. Zach, you ever shot a bow?
Yeah, I have. And I'm sitting here playing with my phone doing exactly how you're
Yeah, but so like if you're firing a rifle, your disposition is different. You're firing it out away from your body, like perpendicular to your body. But when you're firing a bow, you're always looking down your arm, right? Your head's always to the right. Well, so proper videos, the phone should be held completely like you're in the YMCA and you're the letter T, like a scarecrow, completely out to the right at eye height. And then if you hold it in that way, it's always aimed right back at you. And this means that the free space that's on the phone, you can use to merchandise products or point to people or whatever you want to do. So this way your background is actually beside you rather than behind you, which allows you to merchandise it. So this grip is really, really key to the course. We have some drills we have that people, and the minute you're not thinking about it, like if I argue with somebody on Facebook, buddy, this phone just comes out. I don't have time to type at you, homie. I'm just going to leave you a quick video, So we want people to understand these aren't different than leaving somebody a voicemail. Once you get the techniques down, you know where to hold. So we talk a lot about lighting. People they think that a bright room or a bright area is really valuable. It's not. What you want is controlled directional lighting. So often standing in a window or a doorway, it looks like a horrible place, but it's actually great because you'll get that makeup mirror effect. And that helps people a lot when they just like the way they look. Most men, they don't see themselves in makeup mirrors very often. So, especially for men, they're like, holy crap, this is like as handsome as I've ever looked. It's like, yeah, it's how it works. So a lot of it's just about getting people in the right spot. We talk a lot about framing and the choice between portrait or widescreen, and how to build backgrounds that have color and depth and straight lines that, kind of stand off the page, and how to find them quickly, in any like showroom or wherever you might be. So we really do focus a lot on the fundamentals of the camera, because once it's not hard, once you understand that creating a video does not have to be something you get emotionally charged about, then it's easier for people to do. And then we focus from there on how to create 3-act scripts that are very salesy, that'll actually motivate people to take actions and create problems. And we've got a bunch of templates and worksheets that allow people to do that better. We have one of the modules of the course is all about how to create boomerangs and hijack GIFs and TikTok memes, and how to create screen recording videos and other types of non-spoken word videos that are in different parts of it. And then we have another part that's all focused on how to do interviews, how to sit somebody down, how to develop questions, how to ask loaded questions like, hey, these guys really wanted to, if a client says that they want to hear truly exceptional, they say they'd like to hear that, you can just ask somebody, these guys' goal was, to have their product or their service be truly exceptional. Would you say they hit that high bar, or were they just run of the mill? And when you give them this weird dichotomy, they'll just say, yes, they were truly exceptional. I mean, you learn how to kind of load people's lips and get them to say really anything that you want to hear. And then we go over basically how to edit those together with B-roll if you want. So some of it's very basic, and then it gets kind of advanced towards the end. But this is how to very simply and very easily make all the videos that a business will need. And it tells you exactly how to use them, where to use them, so that you can grow your business and not just be out making content and sticking it on the YouTube and wondering why no one's watching it.
And what's the overall, like, if you had to say, this is why you need to be doing video, this is why you need to be creating these little videos, what's like the true overall value? What's the impact it's going to create on a business?
So this is such a great question, because people overlook this. So it's not, I put $5,000 into Facebook or $1,000 into Facebook and I made $8,000. That's great. Whatever you do in business, it's good. But nothing is as valuable as knowing the cost of your next client. And so when you advertise, especially on Facebook in this way, and you can tell me, hey, I've got, invent a service. I've got this podcasting production service. We've got a guy we just coached on this last night. And so, he wants to get more people to pay him to produce their podcast. So it's like, once you're able to merchandise what you're doing in a way that allows you to go, okay, it cost me $27 for a lead. I'm closing half of those as prospects. So $54 per prospect, you know what I mean? And then I'm signing up half of those. So it's $100 per landed contract. So now that puts that podcast owner in a position where he can go, how many clients do I want next month? Can't stress enough. If you're really a business owner, then your job is not to run the business and run the shovel, but to run the part where you go build more clients. And so, it helps you do the most important thing you'll ever do in business, which is figure out your margins by knowing your cost of acquisition. You'll notice no one has ever been on Shark Tank, ever, and said it cost us $218 to acquire our customer. We have $500 margins. They'll invest in that every time. So one of the things we tell people who take our course, you take our course and then you come to me and show that you can make a $40 sale happen with an $18 ad investment, and I'll put my credit card in for you. So it's the most important thing you can do with your business. It's not about videos. It's not even about this month's sales. It's about having the institutional knowledge of what it costs you to get another customer. Because now you might find that your landscaping company could actually have 5 teams, and you don't even have to build them. You just have to put your credit card in the machine you've already built. It'll spit out leads, and now you can build your business as big as you feel like managing people in their need to take a lunch break, right? So it'll change people's lives literally to know this number, because your tanning salon could be a chain of tanning salons, for you to work on this and then get it right. So people don't understand, like the Snuggie wasn't like a $300 million campaign. The Snuggie was spending $400 to play some crap on a Tuesday night on some lost channel, because they had figured out that they could turn that $200 into $600 worth of Snuggie sales, right? So it was thousands of small micro buys because they just found a formula that worked. And it allows you then to tweak your approach, to A/B test different copy and get it as good as it can be. But then once you're there, you just start stuffing money through it, which is why you hear digital marketers always talk about how they were able to scale, because you're literally, I don't know if you've seen one of my daughter's like favorite shows. Oh, it was Wreck-It Ralph, where they feed the rabbit like 1,000 cupcakes at the end until it explodes. Yep. So it's like, that's how you can treat your funnel when it's built. You just want to jam as much money in it until either your business processes break or you've gotten outside of your market and now your dollars aren't returning the same value until it's not profitable anymore. But there's that virality rate where it's like, a video, if it has a certain transmission rate, if it gets enough shares per view, then it's going to keep spreading. And so this is the same thing. Once you've gotten that math to where every $10 you put in, you're making $25 of margin, or $20 even, then you can go get an investment. You can get a credit card and be confident that you can run your business like a business owner. And that's the most important thing. Video is the vehicle we use to get there, but it is not why it works. It's the process behind how it works. And it's knowing what it costs to make a customer that is the real juice that we're squeezing for.
And that's honestly one of the best ways that I've ever heard a cash flow analysis for a business get explained. Like, so many people want to talk about these fancy words. And when I went back for my MBA, they wanted to teach you this Pythagorean theorem nonsense that I can't even pronounce, right? Like, just say, this is how you make a business profitable and recognize. But literally what you just said, the cost of acquisition for your next customer and the way you have it broken down, that was like huge, because like you said, a lot of people think that's some big, huge number or big, huge formula, but really it's simple in that. And once you understand that, Facebook ads doing what you do and what your organization does isn't quite as scary of a thing to put money into, because you understand, if I spend $50, I'll make $100. And that gives you that confidence to kind of get that ball rolling.
And it might give an investor confidence. My first two businesses that I built, I bootstrapped everything. And I thought that made me the best businessman ever, because I was too stupid and too naive to realize how using credit could be even better. Getting an investor. I had somebody approach me when I first built my company and offer me 250 grand for like nothing. And I was like, I'm not selling you a percentage of my company. It was like, that 250 grand at the time would have easily made us 40% larger. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't give up 5%, 10% for that. So what it really does is it allows you to attract an investment. It allows you to open up a line of credit with confidence. It allows you to blow through the largest hurdle your business has, which is revenue. So you might not have the money to go get more revenue, and you might not have the revenue to do different things. And this solves both problems, because the moment you know that it costs $19 to make a $60 client, then you will never have another money problem again. You have won the game of business. And now it is just, which source of money do you take, whether it's an investment or a line of credit or a credit card, and how much of that how many cupcakes can you eat if you're that rabbit? And so, my mom was the first entrepreneur I ever met. And she was great at getting new clients. She was a cleaning lady. And when she'd lose a client, she'd pick another one up. She never had like months where she didn't have enough work, but she was too naive, having not come from a culture of entrepreneurs. So she should have put that rag down. She could have sold 4 schedules worth of houses. You know what I mean? She could have had someone else scrubbing the toilets, and she could have become the business owner, but instead she just worked for her business her entire life. So too many business owners are great at collecting hobby cards because that's what they do, or doing polished driveways because that's their gig. But they don't wear that ownership hat when they go home at night and ask themselves, how am I going to grow this business, or how am I going to put this business on a more reliable footprint even? A lot of the people we've helped since moving here to Arizona, all the contractors that come to my house, they end up being clients of mine. And, a lot of them, the money they put in is actually based on how much their business can hold without breaking. They don't have the crews to continue to install more products. So they're literally choosing how busy they want to be next month by how much they put on the credit card this month. And that relationship to the numbers and to the ability to scale the business is everything that business is. And it's a little over the horizon for people. I don't think a lot of people, they're so involved in the running of their business that they don't really understand that this will be the final way you get scored on the success of your business every time, no matter what you do, as the business owner to run the business.
Man, Andrew, I absolutely love that. And I really want to encourage everybody to check out this program, because it's something that I think if you don't recognize it's business altering, then you haven't been listening, because I think this is a program that's going to be a huge shift. And I want to give everybody that opportunity, man. Tell us how we can go get the program, register for it, find your content, connect with you.
Keep in mind, anything that's business altering is also life changing.
Absolutely.
So It's all to play for when it comes to running your business, you know. And if there's something out there that can help you double, you know, your rate of effectiveness as the business owner, you know, you have to look at that very, very intently. The website that hosts the course is littlevideosbigresults.com. And for listeners of the podcast, you guys have 2 weeks free with the course. If you go there now, you'll have 2 weeks. You download the course, you'll have the entire course to yourself for 2 whole weeks. There's no money, no credit card, no gimmicks. You know, I'm not a spammer, but, you know, we'll probably email you twice to remind you to come back, and then we'll catch and release, right? So all the stuff that's in the course is there. The only part that you don't get is the private coaching on the videos that you should make. We do 2 private coachings when you pay for the course, which is to help you figure out which videos to make, and then to coach the actual video product as you're making it. But it'll get you everything you need to be able to build business related videos, whether they're meant for emails, meant for websites, meant for process stuff like CRM, or any of the other really important places in your business for video to help you right now. But the big star of the program, obviously, is showing you how to make effective ad funnels, because that's exactly how you're going to go from, you know, one guy, one truck to a guy that owns a construction company and he's not sure which truck is his when it drives by branded, because he's got 8 of them like that.
Andrew, man, I absolutely love it. Y'all go check this out. Andrew, thank you so much for your time and for putting all this out there for us, my friend.
Zach, thank you. Ready for the weekend.